Cute little box my grandfather made. And here is today's assignment. We're gonna make a Black Forest cake, and I've always liked to blend kind of almond flour based cakes with gluten-free flour based cakes, kind of add all the dry together, divide them in half sort of thing. So we're gonna do 2 eggs. I don't have sour cream, but we're gonna do yogurt, half cup yogurt, 1/4 cup of oil of choice. I think I'm gonna use coconut. Tablespoon vanilla, tablespoon apple cider vinegar, half a cup of coffee, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of cocoa, pinch of salt or 2, teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup of almond flour, 2/3 of a cup of gluten-free flour. That includes xanthan gum, but if not, add a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna grease 2 rounds. I'm gonna make some cherry topping, 2 cups of cherries, 2/3 cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of balsamic, pinch of salt. And let's get started. Oh yes, whipped cream. Set our oven to 350. We're going to be baking for 35 minutes and go. Okay, we're going to go convection, 350 or 325. Mine cuts back to 325 and it does kind of seem to bake at 325, so 325 could work too. Eggs, and I can only find my 1/3 measuring cup, so it's heaping to make a half cup. Okay, here's my tablespoon of vanilla. My tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. Here's my 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil, and you can use whatever oil you prefer. Here's my 1/4 cup of coffee, and I'm gonna add 1 more 1/4 cup for a total of half of a cup. There's the other 1/4 cup of coffee. And I have 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and I'm using my beautiful unrefined organic panela. You can use any sugar you like. I'm using a teaspoon of baking powder, and I've got a couple pinches of sea salt. Okay, we're gonna beat that up and go. Okay, we have 1/3 of a cup of cocoa, and I'll beat that again. 1 cup of almond flour, 2/3 of a cup of gluten-free flour mix. Mine has xanthan gum in it. You can add a half teaspoon of xanthan gum if you don't have it in the mix. It's great for, you know, a small cake, but I know that's not going to be enough for me. So I'm actually going to be doubling this, and I'll meet you back. My pans, I like to grease them and then do a crisscross to lift them out with parchment. Guys, if I had done just that first batch, because this is doubled, I really think that those cakes would have been so thin, like 20 minutes cook time max. So these I think will probably take the 35 minutes. The other thing was I was thinking to do 4 layers, which the mix matching information I was looking at said to do 4 layers with that half batch or that first batch that I made. I don't know how I would have slivered that little of cake into half. So anyway, I'm recommending doubling it anyway, but here I am with always feeding a lot of mouths. So if it's just a small crowd, probably the first batch is fine, and maybe you just won't be able to sliver them in half this way after. But check them at 20 minutes and not 35, because that would be not a whole lot of cake to bake. I'm gonna pop these in the oven. Here we go, 35 minutes. Okay, so I've got medium heat here. Just tossed in a double batch of what I first wrote. So this is a generous 4 cups of frozen cherries rather than the 2, which is gonna put me at, rather than 2/3 a cup of sugar, I'm gonna do 1 1/3. And you know what, I'm not actually a super sweetie person, so I'm gonna cut back on my sugar. I'm just gonna do 1 cup for the full 4 cups, and I'll get the balsamic. And you know what, I'm gonna go for about a 1/4 cup of balsamic. It's pretty generous. Could do up to 1/3 of a cup for this amount. And we can go by taste with it too. So I'll stew this down and we'll see where we get. I'm gonna have some extra cherries thawed for decorating purposes, so. And once it's hot and bubbly, just reduce it to simmer until it reaches your desired consistency. So I mashed this, and I actually did like a reduction for like an hour on simmer, It still has a bit of thin bit, but I think once this is fridged, it'll be thick. So I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge till I'm ready to assemble the cake. You have it on?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna see if I can cut this with floss because I want to get. Are you able to hold like just this metal thing right now so it doesn't slide? Let's just see if this works.
Floss is not sharp.
Well, floss is sharp actually. Maybe if I pull. No. Okay. Fail. Oh wow. Panorama. Okay, let's see.
Oh, basic camera.
What? Alright, maybe my knife is just as good. I thought that would be really sweet if it just slid through there. I'm too shallow on that side, eh? I'll do this half and then I'll do that. I'll just go in this up left. Okay, you can let go of that paper. Oh, nice and fudgy in there, Archie.
You only have 25 minutes of storage on your phone.
Need it cleared. I put the first layer with the rounded kind of side down so that when it's upside down, it'll go flat to flat, and the second round side I'll put up. Okay, so now I'm going to put a layer of ganache here. A sundae chocolate fudge sundae topping, and then in my yellow cake video, you can see me whip it in with some butter and coconut manna. So this was the leftover, and I'm using it as a ganache. You don't actually need to use ganache, I don't think, for Black Forest cake, but it will make it more delicious. So I'm just gonna spread it like that. I'm gonna use a knife like that. Okay, you can turn that off for a minute. I'm gonna put my cherries on this side and spread it. I could have done the ganache on this side and the cherries on top, right? Kind of funny. I don't think I was quite thinking, but this does kind of make spreading two different things easier, I guess. But then I gotta flip it with the chocolate sauce. Ay, 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 ay. So, I'm just gonna get this all across there. I think that's enough, there. What do you think? I've got 2 layers and a topping, so you kind of want to think in thirds with those cherries. I guess I have 3 layers. Oh my, I better just put them back. Okay, there's that. Pause. Okay, so I actually double charged my whipped cream charger because I wanted to make sure that it was going to come out nice and, oh, and it's still not doing it. Let's pause. I'm going to worry about that. I just gave it a squirt and it's starting to come out. It's just the first bit. And I did actually use, oh, okay, so I put quite a lot of whipped cream in my charger, so I knew it was going to need extra charger, and I double charged it. Anyway, just a little bit more. I actually think if I overdid it, would probably be pretty slidey, so I don't really want to oh, you too? No, thank you. There's food right beside you. All right, now I'm gonna flip that first layer on. No, you guys can actually scoochy. Please? Well, if you're gonna be touching. Okay, then that's not. Oh wow, this is. I'm gonna use the paper. Oh my. Where's Archie when I need him? Archie?
It broke.
Yeah.
Why you broke it?
I'm not trying. It's just cut thin.
No. Oh.
And it's on, guys. It's on.
Yummy.
This time I'm going to do it, even though it's going to be chocolate to chocolate. I'm going to actually put the chocolate on this side too, even though it's on the other side. That way it might kind of glue together, and then I don't have to flip a heavier cake. So you guys are learning as I learn.
That will be
Hey,
heavy,
Archie, left, right when I need it.
That will be heavy for you.
Yeah, will it be heavy for your belly?
Yeah.
It's going to be yummy. It's going to be glued together with ganache.
But
Bear, we're not going to touch. All right. Okay, and then once I get that spread across, okay, and then we're going to do our cherries.
Hi, Dad. Look, you're making your cake.
We're making Black Forest cakey.
You made bird cake with chocolate.
I like chocolate.
You white, you pink. Yeah, and it will be so big.
Really?
It's for Grandma. Ask Mom.
Well, we're gonna have it with Auntie and Uncle and Grandma and Grandpa, but it's both of their anniversaries. And anniversaries are underrated.
No.
It's their anniversary. You know why? Because I'll tell you why. Because they have stayed married for so long. That's worth celebrating, especially these days. Did you know that?
Oh, no, they're coming to.
Okay, now you can see how much easier this is to handle when it's not weighed down with the. I'm not saying it's super easy, but I think I'm just going to slide this off like this. There we go.
Wow, now it will bake it.
And we're going to go again. We're going to go chocolate cherry whip.
No, not really big. Actually, no.
I won't have enough to ice the cake, so I'm going to try to see if I can pull that off.
Mom, they don't, Mom. Mom, it's done! I said it's done, Mom.
All right, dude. All right, now we're going to go cherry. You like chocolate and cherries and whipped cream, Bear?
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I like that. No. Oh, no.
All right. Okay, and here we go.
Now it will bite
Now we're gonna go whip.
Where's you?
We should off the match. The
Mom.
final, the topping, the topping.
That was so heavy.
That's so heavy.
Now it's heavy for Dad and but
Now I could like try to close it in, or I could leave it all like rustic like that.
and rock. And now she comes shop.
Let's
And now
stir that creamy nice right in there.
Now we got big. I got 2 bodies of big.
Wow, Bear.
I can use big.
I do have some extra like chocolate slices
Yeah,
from
you
some.
got a lot of big.
Wow, you were chatty. I had some extra chocolate cake
I
in the
got
freezer
one
that's thawing, so
body.
maybe I
And
should
I
save
got-
some chocolate
And I
sauce
got one.
for extra pieces like that.
And
Oh
I
no,
got
stay on, dude. You
And I
Mr.
got
Dude. Glue
I
on.
got some good.
Glue on, glue
I
on.
got some good. Nice.
Push it off.
And
An extra ring of chocolate.
I
I'm gonna try to
Oh,
blend
no,
it. I think it might actually be better rustic
that's
looking, but
okay.
we'll see.
Now the cake.
I think it's because that one layer's kind of bending out too, right? It's bowing out because it broke. All right, it's pretty sloppy because of that. I think it's that one layer. But hey, it's working. Okay, so then we're gonna put the cherries on top in a mound. And then actually, I have those. Can you grab me that plate of cherries over there, Stevie? By the toaster? This is gonna be one goopy goo. And I have some nice cherries. Maybe I'll do the whipping cream first. There. What do you think? And then I'm just gonna decorate it with some cherries around it like this.
I think you should probably spread them out a bit.
There we go.
Can we hit stop?
So you can hit stop.